Hello and welcome back to another character customization video. My name's Lumin and today we're having a look at BattleBit Remastered. This is a low poly massive multiplayer FPS supporting 254 players per server. You can battle on near fully destructible maps with various vehicles, classes, weapons, a dynamic day-night cycle, and more. And that more just so happens to include character customization, a list of classes, loadout customization, and all sorts of other stuff that we're going to have a look at in this video. Now, if you want exhaustive details, technical explanations, and other such nonsense, you've come to the wrong place. This is going to be a quick and dirty rundown, but we'll look at all the pretty skins. We're here for the cosmetics, right? I will give you a quick rundown of the classes, though, to begin with. Then we'll have a look at the loadout, and then we'll do the character customization, quote unquote. We'll have a look at that too. Check the timestamps, find what you're looking for, leave satisfied. Let's begin. First up, we have the squad leader. I'm going to jump into the character menu over here to show you what he looks like. Mostly they'll have like unique helmets. You'll see them here. And they'll have things like unique backpacks, right? I'll show you what I mean. And this will be unique to the squad leader. They'll also have like their own skin, basically. They'll look a little different, right? The squad leader is basically in charge of telling people what to do, pinging map objectives, keeping the action in the right places. Okay? A lot of responsibility. Don't go for this guy if you just want to shoot stuff. Okay? Even though he's good at shooting stuff, it's not the one for you in that case. Then we have the assault. This is the one you're going to pick. If you want to just go out there and frag out, you pick the assault. It's the default shooter class. He uses assault rifles, and he's good at using assault rifles. They also have a few unique backpacks and stuff like that. You'll see all the ones that are marked assault backpack down here are for the assault guys. You will notice that some of these change your statistics. If I go through them quickly over here, these top two have different stats, but not by much. Like, you can basically use any gear here and you'll do just fine. Then we have the medic. This one explains itself. You can see it looks a little different. It's got the medical equipment here. It heals. It keeps people alive, and it uses slightly smaller weapons because of that. They got the cool medic backpacks here with syringes and medkits and stuff like that. It's kind of cool. Kind of cool. I dig it. Then we have the engineer. The engineer is all about vehicles. They destroy them. They repair them. They have exclusive access to RPGs, anti-vehicle grenades, and the repair tool. Once again, I'll just show the backpacks here. They have some interesting ones, as always. The engineer packs over here. It's cool. It's got some tools on and stuff like that. Yeah, so you get the idea. Support class is actually not what it sounds like. This guy uses heavy weaponry for suppressive fire, throws lots of grenades, and they can make some constructible cover, which is actually not what I expected, right? And you can sort of see they've got some super duper heavy armor on. And yeah, again, as I mentioned, they have some unique helmets and stuff like that. It's just kind of cool. It's really kind of cool. If we go back for a second, I'll show you the backpacks here. But it's not what you expect when you see the word support, right? Definitely not what you expect. Finally, we have the recon. This guy just stays in the back and snipes. That's the sniper. Moves around quickly and snipes. They got the little sniper hat on that you sort of expect to see. Backpacks, not too much different. Basically extra bullets and stuff like that strapped on there. I don't know. And the hats and stuff, as I mentioned, a couple of unique ones here. Sort of like you could liken it to a ghillie suit or something like that, right? All right. That's it for the classes. Now we're going to jump into the loadout, and I'm very briefly going to show you what's available here. I say briefly because I am not qualified for this amount of statistics. I mean, it's exhaustive. There's so much information here. They even have a little visual representation of the bullets drop off, which to me is just insane. This is the gun selection for the recon, right? So we got DMRs over here. You can see their drop off is quite slow and steady. Sniper rifles, they drop up. they do more damage the further you are from the target. And if I go on to something like the assault, and just show you the loadout here, the assault rifles work completely differently. Much shorter range, obviously much faster rate of fire. And then in terms of the specific customizations, anywhere that there's text on here, you get to customize. So you get to go to the sites over here, you get to install a whole bunch of different stuff. You get to change the side rail, whatever that is. You get to change the canted sight, which is the side sight, the barrel, everything. You also get to change the camouflage, which is sort of the stuff that I'm more interested in myself. There's a lot to select here. There's a lot to choose from. You get some sort of standard camo stuff. You get some plain colors. Then you get these interesting, slightly more high-tech looking variations of the skins. But there is a massive, massive list here. And as you get lower down, you'll see some of it's locked behind Prestige 1 and a bunch of kills. Some of it's locked behind the at the top here, you'll see like the Patreon backers. Like you got some straps on your rifle over there. I'm not sure what this one is, but you will also see the final thing would be the supporter pack. So if you buy the more expensive version of the game with the supporter pack attached, then you'll get some unique stuff there. This is kind of nice. Like as an example, this one, it's sort of a proper skin with different shades, different colors, icons, logos, stuff like that. It's really cool. But there is a huge amount of stuff to strive for here, to aim for here. You get all sorts of skins. There's like some squiggles, there's some more camo, there's an exhaustive amount of camo, there's some spider webs down here somewhere, like these ones, what looks like nets actually, and then you go all the way down to the bottom and you get a plain red one. That's hardcore, man. That's hardcore. Yeah, 3,100 kills and Prestige 3 for that red skin. There is so much stuff in here. I would not be able to cover all of it. Everything can be customized. Everything can be looked at. Everything can be fussed over. So if you want to fuss over your loadout, buy the game and fuss ahead. Now I'm going to pick any one of these. Let's take the assault guy. We'll go into character customization and I'll show you what you can actually do. Because much like with the loadout, you can actually customize the character visually as well. So first things first, something like the helmet. This obviously matters because with some of them, as like this one right here, you can't see the face. So the customization stuff that you do on the face, it would be kind of pointless. But there are different helmets here that show more of the hair, more of the face. You're going to be able to see, as an example there, the character's hair is white. You can see it sticking out at the top. You're going to be able to see the beard, the stubble that you put on, whatever else you do with your character. So yeah, I mean, if you just jump in, you don't have that much to choose from, but I can take something like this for now, and then I can at least see the face. Speaking of the face, there's some stuff here. There's some stuff you can change. However, you will notice that a lot of the stuff is locked. It usually gives you the exact thing that you need to do to get it. So if I go back to like the helmets as an example over here, you can see that this needs rank 5, that needs rank 35, rank 200, rank 15, and so on and so forth. These two are Patreon backers only. And you will see, as I mentioned, there's a supporter pack tier as well, which will have some stuff there. And if you go into hair customization, there are quite a few options here. Lots of different stubble, mustaches, different colors for those as well, as you can see. Decent selection. And I mean, you're working on a low poly model here, so the fact that they have any customization whatsoever is, in my opinion, pretty fantastic. They could have just made these guys old smooth faces, you know? They could have just left all of this out. And you know what? People would have been happy. But now people are even more happy because you get to play the game and unlock this stuff. You know, I keep mentioning, oh, Patreon supporter, oh, supporter pack, whatever. But like, the fact remains, I think 95% of the customization options here are free to obtain once you've purchased the game. You just play the game and you get it, right? That's it. That's all you gotta do. And that's fantastic. Again, it's nice to have something popping up, something unlocking, you know, something that you can go for constantly. I dig that. Finally, you can change the eyes. It's basically just the eye color and then you could call it the eye slant, the shape, basically. You're working on your ethnicity here. Different colors and then the ethnicities, basically. Let's take green eyes. There you go. Now, you may have seen when we were looking at the classes that there are backpacks and chest armors that you can do. The chest armor, it's pretty significant. It sort of changes the way your character looks quite a lot because this is sort of your first impression. It's, for the most part, what people are going to see first. There are some stats attached to these. Same for the helmets, same for some of the other stuff. It's not massive. You can sort of fine-tune a little bit here, right? You can fine-tune stuff. You can get a little bit more defense. You can sacrifice a bit of maybe mobility for something like that. You can get more magazines, more throwables, more stuff like that. But you're always sacrificing something for it. So at the end of the day, any of these are okay. There's even a content creator one here that says press on it. I suppose that's kind of cool. But yeah, decent options. Really decent options. And again, it's nice that they give you some to start with. But it's even nicer that you get to play the game and unlock the rest of them. Then the backpacks. As I mentioned before, lots to unlock, but also lots of different ones on all the different classes. So, yeah, I want to say use your imagination. It's kind of difficult when there's so much stuff, but it's too much. It's too much. You know, there's just a lot. There's just a lot. I'm happy with that, by the way. I think they did an amazing job. You even get to customize your belt. Check this out. Then, when all of this is done, by the way, and this does change your secondary magazine. There's actually stuff, there's belts there that have more on or less on for some of the classes. You get to actually do a full sort of uniform overall, a different uniform, which I'm quite a big fan of. Once again, it's nice to be able to stand out a little bit. And, you know, a lot of the stuff being locked behind kills and prestige and stuff like that means that people who actually play more will get to look cooler. And that's fantastic, right? So there are a few different options here. But as we work our way to the bottom, I'll show you what you can actually get. There's skin here. This is the character itself skin. I feel like these options should have been at the top, because like these are the more impactful ones, especially the skin. But it kind of works putting it here at the crotch. I mean, why not? Why not? You get to pick between Afro, Euro, and white over here as your different options. Yeah, I mean, sure. Not a huge amount of options here where like skin colors and stuff's concerned. I would usually sort of criticize a game for not having all that much here. But, I mean, you are already very limited by the fact that you are just a male model. Your character looks the way it looks, and that's that. So it's not really the kind of game you'd criticize stuff like that in. But that's it for that. And if you want to change the entirety of your character's camouflage and skin and stuff, down here is where you want to look. These are locked behind ranks. As you can see, this one is default. Then you get rank 10, rank 50, rank 100, rank 120, 150, 200, Patreon only, and 150. I mean, the Patreon one sucks. I'm sorry, Patreon guys. That's not a very nice skin. So who the hell cares? The 151 looks kind of nice. Yeah, I like that. And there you go. There is a whole lot here. Once again, as I mentioned, if you jump into something like, let's say, the support guy. This is the dude with the massive armor. You know, the stuff that you can do and change here will be completely different. You get, like, a full, like, that's an exoskeleton, they call it here. You get the heavy chest piece at the front. You get to put some more normal stuff on. There's the content creator one again. And it's the same for the helmets. If you look at the helmet choices that you got here, you basically just have a whole lot of cool stuff that you can mess around with. And that's on top of the fact that this is an FPS. You know, this is a game where you're actually out there shooting and stuff. It's nice that when you go out there, you do things, you unlock stuff. I love it when games put a bunch of unlockables, a bunch of things that you can get in there. It's cool. I realize that not a lot of these would be super quick to get, because I mean, like 3,000 kills is going to take you some time, but it's still cool. And it's nice for a game like this to add that extra personalized touch. So, if you've been playing BattleBit Remastered, I'd love to hear from you. I'd love to hear your opinions on the classes, the customization, the grind of unlocking all that stuff. Again, if you're going to be playing this game long term, then I suppose it's not a bad thing, right? The more, the merrier. I personally think it's a fantastic system and it looks really cool. But there you go. Check back here soon for more. Give this one a like and share it and do all that other good stuff. Subscribe if you haven't already. I appreciate it when you guys do. I appreciate it even more when you guys leave comments. Weigh in on what I've been talking about. Yeah. Be part of the conversation. There you go. Happy that.